Mark, 30 seconds until airtime on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner. On my next mark, it'll be our final time cue at 15 seconds. Mark, 15 seconds until airtime on the Liberty Flames Sports Network. Have fun.
The following is a presentation of the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner. Live from Mellow Mushroom in the Cornerstone District in Lynchburg, Virginia, the Liberty Flames football show is on the air. Your chance to hear from Liberty head football coach Jamey Chadwell comes your way on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner. The Liberty football show is presented by Freedom First Credit Union. Start banking with Freedom First today. The Liberty football show is also brought to you by Bojangles' famous chicken and biscuits. It's Bo time. Carter Bank. Life lived full. Coca-Cola, taste the feeling. By Foster Fuels, providing reliable service for 100 years. Lynchburg Nissan, nobody beats our prices. Nobody. Rogers Heating and Cooling, servicing Greater Lynchburg's HVAC and electrical needs. Thompson Brooks Insurance, planning today for tomorrow. And by the United States Space Force. Have a question or comment for one of our guests? Email lfsn@liberty.edu or post a message at LFSN Radio on X, formerly known as Twitter.
Shotgun snap and a pitch around the right side to Von Blue to the 10, the 5, a cutback, and he's in the end zone. Light him up. Touchdown, Liberty, Von Blue.
Now let's talk Liberty Flames football. Here's your host, the voice of the Flames, Alan York.
How about that? A Thursday night here in Lynchburg, and we are just a couple of days away from the start of the 2025 college football season for the Liberty Flames as they welcome in Maine on Saturday for a 4 o'clock kickoff on the mountain. Look forward to it. Lots to cover on our show here today. We are back for year 3 at Mellow Mushroom, and we've got 2 more years on the deal, so we'll be here in 2026 as well. Kathy's in midseason form. She says, let's go, and light them up. Well, speaking of midseason form, let's see how good the crowd is in midseason form. We've got the head coach here, Jamey Chadwell, and Coach, on your Flames chant, we're going to see if this crowd is ready for opening day on Saturday.
All right, let's see what we got. Flames.
One more time. Flames.
That's
All
better.
right,
That
that
better.
is.
And I appreciate somebody in the back that did a nice job.
All right. But again, we'll be here most Thursdays for our weekly radio show, and appreciate the hospitality with the folks here at Mellow Mushroom. And, of course, Freedom First Credit Union, our presenting sponsor of the show here tonight. We've got a great show in store. We've got head coach Jamey Chadwell with us. We're also going to hear from a couple of student athletes. Harry Hayes of the offensive line. Wait for everybody, Harry. And Eli August from the Flames defense. We'll check out with those guys coming up here in about 15 or 20 minutes. If you have a question, we encourage you to email us, lfsn@liberty.edu, or you can send it to us on X at LFSN Radio. Coach, a couple of days out from boot, meet, and ball. Welcome to the show. Good to see you out here tonight.
Yeah, it's great to be back. It's been a long time. We're thankful for Mellow Mushroom and all the other sponsors. It's awesome to when you're back here, you're ready for a kickoff. So
That's right.
We're ready to rock and roll on Saturday.
Lots has transpired the last month of preseason practice, Jamey. Just a couple of days out again from kickoff. Just your State of the Union address, where your team is as you approach this new season.
Yeah, I think I really like our team. I like the competitiveness that they have. I like the togetherness, the connective, how they're connected, and they really enjoy getting better. They enjoy practicing. I thought we had a good camp from practice 1 to 24, which is what we finished today. And they're the group. They're a group that doesn't complain. They don't question, why. They want to go out and get better, and it's been fun to coach them. Our coaching staff comments that all the time that they really enjoy getting better, and as coaches, you love that because you can push them, and they want to do really well. And I think we've got some good leadership, and I think we've got a group of guys that are really hungry to go out and represent Liberty.
Last year, Coach, you led the Flames to a 6th straight bowl game down in the Bahamas. And you mentioned not too far after that season ended about getting a sense of gratitude with this team. And you sensed that with your opening comments of your first press conference to lead off fall camp. The sense of gratitude around this team. Speak to that and what you've enjoyed about building this roster.
Yeah, I think we have a special place, special fan base, great support, obviously administration here, and there's not a lot of places that are like Liberty. We're very unique, and it's an awesome place, and you want your players to realize that, man, we need to be grateful for the blessings the Lord's given us, and the university's given us the opportunity. And I think what's funny about it is the two guys here, they've been here longer than anybody, but when you have other transfers come in, I think they bring a different perspective of how other places are, and then it helps the guys that maybe hadn't been here as long realize, man, this is a special place. And so anytime you're full of gratitude, that means you have a wonderful attitude and you're just grateful for any opportunity you have. And that's what this team is. They've been grateful every time to go out and try to get better. They've been grateful to be around each other. I think they've been grateful to have a coaching staff that's been consistent. And when you have leaders that are grateful, that are appreciative of what they have and the opportunity, it trickles down. And our guys on top have been grateful for Liberty and what it's done for them, again, led by these couple guys here. And that's fun to be around.
Yeah.
You gravitate to people that have wonderful attitudes, have great dispositions, and they don't shy away from the work. Even during the challenging times, football's hard, right? It's hard. But even during those times, man, just the attitude that they come with every day, it's been awesome for coaches. It helps us realize why we got into it. Sometimes the way college football is now, you forget why you started coaching, and this group has been great for me and our coaches, just the joy that they bring every single day. So we're excited about watching them play.
You mentioned the word joy, Jamey, and you can sense it being around your coaches, around your team. Speaking of, and it takes all parts in 2025 with the transfer portal. It takes veterans like we'll talk to later with Harrison Hayes and Elijah August. It also takes the transfers. And talking to your returning players the last couple of months, they have said, and I'll quote one of them, our coaching staff did a great job of bringing in good people. Okay, being good football players is number one, but you got to be good people. You got to fit the culture. In the transfer portal age, how do you do that, bringing in new people that you need them to fit the pieces of the people that have already been here a few years?
Yeah, it's a challenging thing. You gotta make sure the guys that are returning that they're involved as far as getting to meet guys and hey, is this a good fit? Because you want their feedback because they're the ones that are doing life with them, in the locker room. So that's important. And I think your coaches, we really. It's so hard the way the challenge is now is because when you lose guys, you got to bring guys in, and it's a short window, so the time to get to know them is very thin, and you got to trust a lot of different coaches. You got to trust people in the profession that but also you got to feel like, hey, this is who we are. This is what we're going to be. This is our standard. And if you don't be a part of it, then go somewhere else. I think our coaches did a better job of. Thank you for that. I think our coaches did a better job this year of really just honing in on, hey. Does this guy, you hope they're good enough, but does this guy fit what we're looking for as far as the type of person he is, the type of teammate he's going to be? And I would echo, I think everybody we've brought in, whether they're all going to be a heavy contributor,
right.
whether they're not going to be a heavy, they've all done a good job of fitting in and being a part of what we're building. And when you do that, man, it's a lot more fun.
Before we take our first break, Coach, I want to get your thoughts on getting to this week. You put in so much work since January with lifting weights and conditioning and fall camp, and now you're just 2 days out from kickoff. How is this week different than the rest of the weeks during your calendar year?
Well, the challenge of this week is you typically, you start on a Monday, you've got, 4 or 5 practices for the game. Now you practice more than that, but man, leading up to that, you're just practicing for a season. You're trying to get your team ready for a season. And then once you get into sort of that game week, you're still balancing, all right, I got to get them ready for this, but also prepare for your opponent. And then you're like, okay, if we hit enough or if we hit too much, you get all these different things. And once you sort of get to this week, though, your team, you can just tell they're just ready to go against somebody else. It really doesn't matter. Like the Super Bowl champions would be out there, and we'd probably be ready to rock and roll just because you're so ready to do that. And as a coaching staff, you start thinking, all right, are we ready for all the different things that can happen in a game? Because that's one thing that's so hard to replicate during a fall camp is the game day environment, the referee, all that. You have scrimmages and you do all those things, but that's so hard. How is somebody going to show up under the lights? That's one thing with the guys that we young guys that are their first time playing, guys that are just now playing for us that came from somewhere else. We don't know that.
Okay.
So we know how they perform in practice. We know their attitude. We know, but once they're under the lights and there's fans out there and we're running out, how will they perform? And I think that's as a coach, there's a I don't want to say an anxiousness. I think there's a healthy nervousness. All right, we've seen what these guys can do in practice. Are they going to be able to carry that over to a game? And sometimes a guy's solid in practice, and the game's come on, and he looks like the best in the world. So that to me will be what our coaching staff will have to figure out. And all right, who's going to carry on from practice to the game? And I think that's, as a coach, you think a lot about that.
And replicating, turning the lights on in an NCAA football game, video game, is different.
Way different, yeah. Way different.
I know.
We're pretty good at that, though.
That's right. Joined by head coach Jamey Chadwell here tonight, just getting started on our Liberty Football Show presented by Freedom First Credit Union. Before we take our first break, we want to remind fans to download the Liberty Flames mobile app presented by Carter Bank in your app store today. You'll find schedules, game previews, recaps, live stats, live video, and more. Additionally, you can access the Flames ticket office to purchase tickets for future events and use the mobile ticketing feature for touchless entry. Search Liberty Flames in your app store to download. If you purchase tickets through the app, you can receive a discounted price as well. We'll take our first break here from Mellow Mushroom tonight. We got one more segment with head coach Jamey Chadwell before we hear from some of his student athletes, and we will return to Mellow Mushroom after this timeout from Van Wagner on the Liberty Flames Sports Network.
It's bow time. It's not just football season. It's tailgate season, and that includes every kind of football, whether it's got goalkeepers or goalposts. The kick is good! Because it doesn't matter where or how you tailgate. When you've got crispy chicken and fluffy buttermilk biscuits from Bojangles, your tailgate is better than great. It's legendary. Head to Bojangles and order your tailgate box with boldly seasoned chicken, fixins, biscuits, and legendary iced tea today. It's bow time.
At Carter Bank, we believe life is best lived full of opportunities and dreams, of goals achieved and promises kept. We've been creating opportunities for more people and businesses to prosper since 1974. That means great local lending, convenient access to your money, accounts and guidance that make it easier to get more done. We are Carter Bank, the preferred community bank of Liberty Flames Athletics. Visit carterbank.com to learn more. Member FDIC, Equal Opportunity Lender.
You're listening to the Liberty Flames Football Show, presented by Freedom First Credit Union on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Thousands of our teammates make and deliver 300 of the world's best brands and flavors, locally. From the heartland to the coast, in big cities and small towns. Our products are moving, and our trucks are rolling. We share a passion and a purpose, and we love to refresh and serve our communities. We are Coca-Cola Consolidated, your local bottler.
What's important isn't that Freedom First has been in business since 1956. What's important is how we've been doing business since 1956. Since day one, we have been accountable to our members, not stockholders. We make loans that cost less, offer savings plans that pay more, and give back to our community, and that hasn't changed. What has changed is our ability to serve you with more locations and more technology to simplify your financial life. Freedom First. It's a place where anyone in our region can bank for good.
He coasts in the end zone. Light him up. Touchdown, Liberty.
Liberty Flames football is back. Be at Williams Stadium when the Flames kick off the 2025 season. This Saturday, see Liberty take on the Maine Black Bears. Kickoffs at 4 p.m. in Lynchburg. Cheer on Flames football and experience all the Williams Stadium traditions. 4QF, Flames Quarter, and more. Don't miss the Flames football season opener this Saturday. Tickets at lufootball.com.
Welcome back to the Liberty Flames Football Show presented by Freedom First Credit Union on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner. Have a question or comment for one of our guests? Email lfsn@liberty.edu or post a message at LFSN Radio on X, formerly known as Twitter. Now, once again, here's the voice of the Flames, Alan York.
All right, back inside Mellow Mushroom tonight in Lynchburg. Great crowd on hand, great pizza. Everywhere you look, there's pizza, there's salads, a couple of sandwiches as well. Mellow Mushroom, the spot for the Liberty Football Show with head coach Jamey Chadwell, presented by Freedom First Credit Union. Still to come, our student athletes tonight, Eli August from the Flames defense and Harry Hayes from the Flames offensive line will join us here in just a couple of minutes, and we'll let Coach eat some of his meal, and then we'll bring Coach back towards the end and talk a little Maine versus Liberty, 4 o'clock kickoff on the Mountain on Saturday, the season and home opener for Liberty football. All right, Jamey, let's talk about this team. You announced your starting quarterback today, Ethan Vasco. He's yours now. It took him a while to get kind of connected with him. You got a deep relationship with him, and Willie Korn, your offensive coordinator, said you literally recruited him 3 times during some previous stops you had, and even him. But now he's on the Mountain. Why Ethan Vasco? What skills does he bring to your offense?
Yeah, we're excited about Ethan there. I think he's grateful for being here. He's fit in right into our locker room. He's had a great attitude and really did a great job of connecting with just the teammates, when he got here and learning about what we're about, and doing a really good job of just being consistent and wanting to be a part of the team and not make the team bigger than himself. The thing that he brings, obviously he's started, I think, 17 games, in college football. So he's played a season and a half worth of starting football. And so that experience is invaluable when you've got some new people in place in certain things. So that experience goes a long way. I think he does not care if he has to run the ball 30 times. He does not care if he has to hand the ball off 30 times. He does not care if he has to throw it 50 times. Like he values winning. He cares about winning. He wants his team to be successful, and he's hungry to be successful. And so we're looking forward to him playing, because he's a certain way in practice, but with the games, in practice, you're not allowed to touch the quarterbacks, basically, right?
Yeah.
And one of his gifts, he's a big guy, and he's a physical runner, and so we're excited about have the chance for him to be able to do that in games.
All right, let's talk about some of these headlines on the offense, Jamey. At least what we're thinking about here on the radio, you bring 3 starting offensive linemen back, led by Aaron Fenimore. Any preseason list that a lineman could be on, Aaron Fenimore is on those watch lists. You've got a deep and talented wide receiver crew, some returners. You've added a couple through the portal, and Juju Gray kind of leads that running back room after you move him from wide receiver. So a lot to unpack there offensively, but what should the fans know about your offense here this fall?
Yeah, I think we've got to, if we're going to have any type of sustained success, it obviously starts up front. You mentioned Fenimore, Harry Hayes' return, Jack Tucker's returning. We've got some other guys that are filling in there. We got to find 7 to 8 guys that we can count on up there, and be able to rely on to be able to run the ball when we need to run, and obviously protect the quarterback. So I think our key is going to be, will those guys play consistent? We've had really good O-lines. We've been able to do well, and I think this O-line can be really, really good. They just got to be able to do it consistently over 70, 75 plays of what it takes a game. That's to me is the question mark. Can they do that consistently through that? And we got our older guys have got to do a good job of leading guys through that. And then you mentioned our receiver core. I do think we brought some guys back from last year that have experience. We added some guys that have a capability of doing some explosive plays. I think our receiver core has probably been consistent throughout camp, and they've made the plays that we need to make that maybe we didn't make last year.
Right.
And that obviously hurt us from being explosive. So I do think we've got a chance there to have a really good receiving core. And then you mentioned, moving Juju to running back. That gives us, he's got a chance there to do some things, to touch the ball and hopefully do well. There's a question mark running back wise. I don't think anybody questions our running backs. They've just not played a lot.
Okay.
You know, they, the guys that even Von Blues played, but he was behind some good guys there, and Caden Williams, who's going to play quite a bit. It's really the first time playing. So how those guys play under the lights for the first time, how do they play when they're getting the ball a lot or they're playing a lot of plays? And so I think that's a question mark. Not that if they can do it, we believe they can do it. They've shown they can do it. Just doing it under the lights for the first time. So I like our offense. I think we've got a chance to be a really good offense. We've got to just do a good job of using the skills that we have, but really like how they've gelled. I think we can move the ball and score points, and I think we have the ability to push the ball down the field and make some plays down the field this year.
We mentioned Willie Korn, one of your great assistant coaches. He runs the offense. I was talking to him yesterday, Jamey, and I said, what do you want to see in the first few weeks of the season? And he said, we went back in the offseason, and we talked a lot about getting back to what we major in, if you will. And what are those core principles offensively? And he mentioned, I'll pick a number, these 5 core things offensively. Let's rep those. Let's hone in on that. Let's major in that. And then we can have some fun with route trees and developing off of those tentacles, if you will. Take me more into that offensive kind of building up to this season and what y'all discussed.
Yeah, I think, what happens is when you have success, and then you've got players that are capable of doing certain things. You see another team running a concept that maybe you don't run that exact concept, but it works, and you're like, well, let's do this,
right.
And let's how does it work with ours? And then what ends up happening, you go through a season and you've added this play, and then you didn't really do plays that you've repped all the time, and you're trying to do something you might have repped just that week, and the guys don't have the experience of it. And so as you look at that, as you go back and look at all those things, what can we do really well? And maybe we got away from that consistently. And so our whole focus was, these are the things we know we're going to do well. We're going to rep them. Now, we might do them looking way different. We might dress it up one way this day, but it's going to be the same core concepts. And I think when you have success, or you feel like you have the ability to do certain things, you're like, all right, let's try this. And it's what happened, and you're just not good at executing. Okay. Football's all about executing.
Right.
And so we really put an emphasis on, we're going to execute the things we know we can execute, and if they know that's coming, they still got to stop it.
Yeah.
And similar to our run game, that's how we do our run game.
Okay.
But man, the pass game, we might have tried to get exotic and all that, and so I think we're back to, hey, this is what we're going to do, and this is how we're going to do it. And if it's not good enough, it will be not because we don't know how to execute it, we don't know what we're doing. And I think that way our guys have repped it, and so there's a confidence in that.
Okay. Well, Jamey, we're going to let you kind of break away for a couple of minutes, get some food, and we'll bring you back on here in about 30 minutes or so. We'll wrap it up, okay?
Sounds great.
All right, head coach Jamey Chadwell with us here tonight. Before we take our next break, you can cheer for the coach. A couple of reminders here before we do take our next break. We talked about the Liberty Flames mobile app. Also looking for a family fun at a good bargain. Children ages 3 to 12 can sign up for the Flames Kids Club, presented by Cooper Family McDonald's. Membership just $30 for the first child and $20 for each additional child. To join or more information, call 434-582-4453 or visit libertyflames.com/FKC. That is the Liberty Flames Kids Club, presented by Cooper Family McDonald's. All right, take another break. When we come back, we'll have our first student-athlete representative. Eli August will join us here on the radio after this timeout from Van Wagner on the Liberty Flames Sports Network.
Turn up the heat. Foster Fuels is a proud partner of Liberty Athletics. Fostering warm moments for 100 years, Foster has been providing exceptional propane and gas services throughout Central Virginia and surrounding areas. From propane to fireplaces and tank installs to tankless water heaters, Foster does it all. Visit fosterfuels.com or download the app to order fuel, pay your bill, and more. Get the customer service you deserve and turn up the heat with Foster Fuels and the Liberty Flames.
Lynchburg Nissan's model year-end sell-down is going on this August. Don't wait till the end of the year. The best values are now. Lynchburg Nissan has savings of up to $7,000 off MSRP. 0% up to 60 months on these tariff-free models. New cars starting at $18,850 and up to 130% off their KBB for your trade. Come by now before this event ends. Inventory is limited. Call 434-477-5712 to schedule your appointment. Lynchburg Nissan, home of the 1,000,000-mile warranty.
You're listening to the Liberty Flames Football Show, presented by Freedom First Credit Union on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Rogers Heating, Cooling, Electrical, and Plumbing. Your certified Generac backup generator experts. Online at callrogers.com.
The light from a star can take millions of years to reach Earth. So when you look at a star, you're looking back in time. But I see the future. I see exploration and courage. I see my country finding new horizons out there. And I see giant leaps making a comeback. I see myself. The future is where I'll make history.
This message is brought to you by the United States Space Force. More information is available at spaceforce.mil.
Thompson Brooks Insurance has been serving Virginia for over 35 years, helping individuals and businesses with their insurance and investment needs. The team at Thompson Brooks is experienced in understanding Medicare, retirement planning, life insurance, the healthcare marketplace, and group insurance benefits. Call Thompson Brooks Insurance at 434-385-8500. That's 434-385-8500, or visit them online at thompsonbrooksinsurance.com. Thompson Brooks Insurance, planning today for tomorrow.
Have you downloaded the Liberty Flames mobile app? If not, what are you waiting for? The Liberty Flames mobile app is your lifeline to Flames athletics. Get the latest news on your favorite teams, find upcoming schedules, buy and download tickets to the next game, listen to podcasts, and hear our online Liberty Flames Sports Network audio broadcasts.
Pass caught into the end zone. Light 'em up. Touchdown, Liberty.
It's all on the Liberty Flames mobile app. Download it for free from your mobile app store today. Welcome back to the Liberty Flames Football Show, presented by Freedom First Credit Union on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner. Have a question or comment for one of our guests? Email lfsn@liberty.edu or post a message at LFSN Radio on X, formerly known as Twitter. Now, once again, here's the voice of the Flames, Alan York.
Back inside Mellow Mushroom here tonight for the Liberty Football Show with head coach Jamey Chadwell, presented by Freedom First Credit Union. And a big crowd on hand tonight as we kick off the football season with Maine on Saturday. 4 o'clock is the kickoff. You can watch it on ESPN Plus or listen to us on the radio, but I know most people within earshot are going to be at Williams Stadium early, wearing the red. They're going to be loud. And it's going to be a fun one against Maine. It'll be the third meeting between the Black Bears and the Flames. Series tied at 1 apiece. Liberty won the last matchup in a shootout, 59-44. That was back in October 19th, 2019. Here's a couple of names from the past in that game and what they did. Stephen Buckshot Calvert, former Liberty quarterback, threw for 350 yards, 5 touchdowns. Frankie Hickson ran for 98 yards. Antonio Gandy Golden, AGG, 9 catches, 149 yards, and over 1,000 total yards in that game combined. Liberty with 487 of those. The last matchup between Liberty and Maine, they'll match up again on Saturday, the season and home opener. Before we talk to Eli August, I want to remind fans that if you want to tailgate before the Liberty football games, gather your friends and family and let us do all the work. Located right outside of Gate 1, Tailgate Town at Williams Stadium. Take tailgating to the next level at Tailgate Town, sponsored by Frank Good Builders, with different size tent options, tables, and chairs. To purchase a tent, call or text us, 434-582-CLUB. That's 582-2582 today. I'm going by there. I've got some friends that have some tents, Eli, before the game on Saturday, and they've already got their catering options already ordered. They're ready to go, and so are we. How about this Flames defense? Eli August. Welcome, Eli, to the broadcast, everybody. I'm going to call this kind of our Kathy Hudson rule here. She has been begging us to get student athletes on the show the last 2 years we've been here, and we've had them on for like the bowl special. And so I checked with Coach Chadwell earlier in the summer. I said, hey, Coach, we're going to be back at Mellow. Do you mind if we bring some athletes on? He said, absolutely. I texted him a couple of weeks ago, and I said, who are 2 reps that we should bring on game 1? Without, I think 5 seconds later, he texted Eli August and Harry Hayes. So we're going to talk to Eli August first. And Eli, senior, I love what you said on the website. We now have the players introducing themselves on your bio page. So we have the correct pronunciations of who you are, where you're from. And you didn't say safety or cornerback, defensive specialist.
Sir.
I've never heard it called that way, but love having you on the show here, Eli, from Everett, Massachusetts. You've got a great story. We'll kind of break that down here in a minute. But present day here, getting ready for opening day on Saturday.
Sir.
The hay's in the barn, my man.
Man.
How ready are you guys to run out through those gates on Saturday?
Man, we're ready, man. I think we all kind of earned the right to play, and that's our word of the year, man. And I think our defense and like offense, just us going up against each other every day, we all just love competing and just love being with each other. So we're just finally ready to just go out there and just compete and show everybody like us against somebody else finally, and not just against each other all camp, you know what I mean?
So you were part of the undefeated team in Jamey's first year. 2 years ago, you go to the Fiesta Bowl. Last year, the word was pursue. You went to another bowl, okay, 6 bowls in a row, and we all kind of went through the ups and downs of last year with this team, and now the word is earn. Going through what you went through last year and hearing Coach bring that word earn up early in your conditioning, preseason practice stuff, how did he break that down, and what does this team get out of earning something, you think?
It kind of just taught us, man, like, just don't take anything for granted. And it felt like last year, like, we were not really entitled, but, like, kind of treating it in an entitled way, like that we deserve a bunch of things. And even last year, like, we had 12 games that's guaranteed, but we ended up losing one.
Right, App State game.
The App State game. Yep. So, you know what I mean? It's kind of hard for us to say that it's 12 games guaranteed, because you never know what's going to happen, you know what I mean? So him just inspiring us and telling us how to earn and teaching us the right way to earn and just the right way to be able to understand that, like, man, it's not always going to be, like, for you, and you can't just take it for granted, you know what I mean? So we all love the word earn, and we all have been, like, pursuing that, and we all have been just taking that and just running with it and just understanding that, like, man, us earning the right to play, earning the right to just do everything that we do together, it's definitely just helped us build more and more, especially with all the transfer portal guys and all the guys that's coming back and all the guys that we just didn't think we had last year and that we have now this year. So, like, the earn word definitely helped us out physically and mentally, just to be able to push through a lot of different obstacles.
Joined by Eli August, Liberty defensive back out of Everett, Massachusetts, here tonight. We reference the website a lot, Eli. That's where we get some of our radio and TV broadcast information. Each player pretty much has a few bio questions they answered. Yeah. What's the first app you look at when you wake up in the morning? Yeah. I'm going to go back to that word earn. What are some of the reminders of that earn mantra that you see maybe if you're in quiet time with the Lord or during a workout with Coach Scott? Where do you see that word earn come up in your day-to-day?
It's almost really every day, okay. To be honest. Like, whether it comes to us just doing our homework or us just showing up to workouts on time or us with Coach Scott, like, just working out. And, you know, Coach Scott made it tough on us, and he helped us, like, gain strength, speed, and he focused a lot on just the ability to really just to be strong and just to understand that, like, this word means more than just, like, football. You know what I mean? It's not just football that you need to earn something, but it's more just taking it on to life and taking it on to school and to your families and just being a better person instead.
Eli, I want to document your story. Our TV crew, Flame Central, did a great package on you and your story a year ago. I went back and watched it again today. It's on our YouTube channel. Just search Eli August, Liberty Flames. You'll see it. It's worth the 6-minute watch. And I don't want to take words from you, Eli. You had
multiple Division I offers.
Yes, sir.
But you decided to come to school. And you talked in the package about you had visited other places, and you just didn't get the feel of what you were looking for.
Yeah.
And you applied to Liberty. You got accepted. Take me from that point on of when you decided to why Liberty? Part of the story that's not in there, why did you apply to Liberty? What did you know about the school as you were looking for somewhere to go?
Yeah, so one of my old friends, I had played him in high school.
Okay.
And he came to Liberty, and he was a student coach here back in 2020 and 2021. And he told me, like, man, like, I think you're really good enough to come over here. And I told him, like, man, I had, like, a good amount of offers, and I visited those schools, and it kind of just didn't really sit right with me, just the football program and like, the parties and stuff that kind of, like, didn't really attract me to the school.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And me taking a visit up here, like, I just visited him. I came to a game, and I just thought, like, dang, like, this really looks like someplace I would want to be. And my mom didn't even come to visit. She took my word for it, and she knew, like, if I was really, like, if this is something I really wanted to do, she just supported me the whole way. So the minute I came over here and I just seen the campus, and he was just showing me around, and I'm just talking to a couple other people, and I had actually met Dr. Wheeler when I had went over here. I just kind of didn't really know who he was at the time. It's just kind of a shake my hand and just a hi and a bye. But after that, that's kind of why I really knew, like, man, and I prayed about it. I really thought, like, is this something I want to do? Because Massachusetts is like a 10-hour drive away, so
yeah.
it's not really normal for us from Massachusetts to come down south and take that chance. You know what I mean?
Joined by Eli August, Liberty defensive back. You mentioned Dave Wheeler, a professor here at Liberty, and you were in Evangelism 101, a required class.
Yep.
And I love the part in the video about, okay, a lot of people, and just watching the video, Dr. Wheeler, very personable, it looks like, just talking to everybody. But you said, okay, we're all in line to meet him. I'm going to be last.
Yeah.
So there's no pressure to speed up your conversation with him. What do you remember about the first few conversations with him and him helping lead you to the Lord?
Yeah, well, the first few conversations, I kind of, like, had my hood on in class. I was kind of a little bit sad in class. I didn't really listen to him as much, but every day he would always end his class with, like, a story. And one of his stories were him just helping people and, like, answering phone calls late at night, like, no matter who it was, whether you were just a student, a friend, or whatever, and he hands his phone number out to anybody. So him just saying that to me thinking, like, dang, like, what really makes him, like, do that? So every day, like, after class, I didn't have a second class after his, so I would just wait and walk with him to his second class, just so we could have a conversation so I can learn a little bit more about him. And me just learning more about him, he just kind of, like, intrigued me, and it was somebody, like, I wanted to be like. Just the way he, like, approached life, the way he approached his wife, his family, and everything, no matter who it was, whether you were a student on campus, whether you were another teacher, whether you were somebody he didn't know, he always approached everybody the same and treated everybody the same. And that definitely stuck with me the first time I met him.
Joined by Eli August here, Liberty defensive back. We'll be joined by Harrison Hayes, offensive lineman, in our next segment. All right, the football side of things, Eli, you walked on here, you worked out without the promise of a spot on the team. You earned a spot with the previous staff. Coach Chadwell takes over. Your reps have become more and more the last couple of years. What is it about the football side of things that you just love being a Liberty Flame? And then, lo and behold, you get the punt in preseason camp last year, and you get phone scholarships. There's a lot to unpack there. But the football side of things, what's been the marriage with you and Liberty from the gridiron and your success there?
Man, it was just the guys who took me in. Like, we had talked about Demario Douglas, man. Like, he definitely helped me out because the first year here I was on scout team, and, you know, it's kind of hard, like, being on scout team, especially freshman year. Everybody wants to play.
And let me Demario Douglas plays for New England, the Patriots. Eli is from outside of Boston near Foxborough. So I asked him before we went on, hey, how close are you with Demario Douglas, who's doing great things with the Patriots? Not to cut you off, but wanted to connect the fans of your relationship with him. So you talked to him, you played with him a little bit, and carry on from there, Eli.
Yes, sir. He just always helped me out. Like, every practice, I would kind of go at it with him, and he would just get me better and better, whether it's on my technique or whether it's just the way I practice at the speed I practice at, just because, you know, coming from high school to college, it's just a different speed. So I remember, I think it was November, he had texted me, and I was kind of feeling down a little bit, but he had texted me, and I guess he was watching film, and he said, man, like, keep going, man. Like, I see you on film. Like, you're doing great things. Keep going. And it kind of just brought, like, a little bit extra spirit to me. And that ever since then, like, I kind of really realized how just my teammates here we just love each other, and we really uphold each other and lift each other. And we don't call each other down, but we call each other up. Whether we're doing something right, we're doing something wrong, we're always trying to get better. And that's really what helped me out with him.
A couple more thoughts here, Eli. All right, the present-day defense, big veteran presence in the secondary where you play. Every position is deep, and we're hearing it's as deep of a defense that it's been since Coach Chadwell took over. Your thoughts on the defense and what fans should expect to see on Saturday?
Man, we're really aggressive, and we're definitely trying to show that Saturday. We're all trying to get better. During practice, man, like whether we're doing good or we're doing bad, we're always telling each other and coaching each other on our techniques. And Coach has been liking that. Like, he sees, like, when the minute we run off the field, like, one of us are trying to coach each other up on something to do better and something to do right. And you're right, we are deep. The defensive line's been doing really good. The linebackers have been learning. They've been doing really good. And the corners have stepped it up tremendously than they did last year. And the safeties, we're kind of an older group, but we're picking up the younger guys that need help, and we're just continuing to go. But we're definitely going to be aggressive, and we definitely can't wait to play Saturday.
And the defense kind of in the locker room, red smoke.
Yes, sir.
Okay. How about your position group or the secondary? Do y'all have like a secondary kind of nickname y'all talk about your group?
Yeah, we just call ourselves the Ninjas, man.
The Ninjas, okay.
The reason why is just Ninjas always have our blindfolds on, and whether we have like a good play or a bad play, man, we can't look in our peripheral. We just got to look ahead and just focus on the next play.
So the Red Smoke is the overall defensive nickname, and then the Ninjas with the defensive secondary on the back end.
Yes, sir.
All right, you wear number 14.
Yes, sir.
For fans that go to the game, and most everybody's going to the game on Saturday, what has been your role so far with this defense, whether getting starting reps or backup reps, so the fans, hey, Eli, here's kind of – we're going to educate the fans here.
Yes,
what's been kind of your role in preseason practice?
Just a little bit of both.
Okay.
A little bit of strong safety, a little bit of nickel. I'm kind of like a versatile player, so I'm kind of just filling in the pieces, just helping out really wherever I need to. And I'm really heavy on the special teams aspect of it also. Like, we pride ourselves in that, and a lot of our the defensive guys are on special teams. So it's kind of like another snap of defense for us too. But where I'm at nickel, I'm at strong safety, at free safety. I'm kind of wherever coach really needs me to, and we're ready to ball out. We're ready to communicate and just keep the ball rolling.
And two of the most important things with Eli August, he's come to know the Lord.
Yes, sir.
And you are a Liberty graduate.
Yes, sir.
You are in grad school right
Yes,
now.
sir.
So at the end of the day, that's what's most important. Football is pretty cool too.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. But still in grad school for healthcare administration?
Yes, sir.
What's the future in that, you think?
So my mom's a nurse, and she's a
Okay.
CRNA, so she kind of inspired me. And I know how nurses get, man. They don't really get the love and the pay that we should be given, especially after COVID. So me just being a healthcare administrator it kind of just dawned on me like just to help out the nurses all around the world, and just eventually I want to be like manage a hospital on my own, and just hopefully with whatever it is, wherever football takes me, be able to manage a hospital and just be able to help the nurses out all around the world that don't really get the recognition that they should.
Well, Eli, it's been a pleasure having you on. Will not be the last time. Have fun. Stay healthy during the season.
Yes, sir.
And thanks for coming out tonight.
Appreciate you.
All right, Eli August with us here tonight, senior defensive back out of Everett, Massachusetts. Stay tuned. We'll talk offense with offensive lineman Harrison Hayes as our Liberty Football Show presented by Freedom First Credit Union continues after this timeout from Van Wagner.
It's bow time. It's not just football season. It's tailgate season, and that includes every kind of football, whether it's got goalkeepers or goalposts. The kick is good! Because it doesn't matter where or how you tailgate. When you've got crispy chicken and fluffy buttermilk biscuits from Bojangles, your tailgate is better than great. It's legendary. Head to Bojangles and order your tailgate box with boldly seasoned chicken, fixins, biscuits, and legendary iced tea today. It's bow time.
At Carter Bank, we believe life is best lived full of opportunities and dreams, of goals achieved and promises kept. We've been creating opportunities for more people and businesses to prosper since 1974. That means great local lending, convenient access to your money, accounts and guidance that make it easier to get more done. We are Carter Bank, the preferred community bank of Liberty Flames Athletics. Visit carterbank.com to learn more. Member FDIC, Equal Opportunity Lender.
You're listening to the Liberty Flames Football Show, presented by Freedom First Credit Union on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Thousands of our teammates make and deliver 300 of the world's best brands and flavors, locally. From the heartland to the coast, in big cities and small towns. Our products are moving, and our trucks are rolling. We share a passion and a purpose, and we love to refresh and serve our communities. We are Coca-Cola Consolidated, your local bottler.
What's important isn't that Freedom First has been in business since 1956. What's important is how we've been doing business since 1956. Since day one, we have been accountable to our members, not stockholders. We make loans that cost less, offer savings plans that pay more, and give back to our community, and that hasn't changed. What has changed is our ability to serve you with more locations and more technology to simplify your financial life. Freedom First. It's a place where anyone in our region can bank for good.
He coasts in the end zone. Line him up. Touchdown, Liberty.
Liberty Flames football is back. Be at Williams Stadium when the Flames kick off the 2025 season. This Saturday, see Liberty take on the Maine Black Bears. Kickoffs at 4 p.m. in Lynchburg. Cheer on Flames football and experience all the Williams Stadium traditions. 4QF, Flames Quarter, and more. Don't miss the Flames football season opener this Saturday. Tickets at lufootball.com.
Welcome back to the Liberty Flames Football Show, presented by Freedom First Credit Union on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner. Have a question or comment for one of our guests? Email lfsn@liberty.edu or post a message at LFSN Radio on X, formerly known as Twitter. Now, once again, here's the voice of the Flames, Alan York.
Moving right along on our weekly radio shows, we talk Liberty Flames football. Great crowd on hand. The Flames and Maine will kick off the home and season opener for the Flames, 4 o'clock Saturday. And a lot of festivities going on campus. The team walk. We've got tailgating all around. Log on to libertyflames.com, our social media channels, for updates on that. And we are announcing members of Flames Nation who want to get closer to the action can now experience Liberty football on a whole new level. Debuting is the Memories on the Mountain, allowing fans to enhance their game day experience through a variety of new experiences, like a video board shout-out, walking with the team on the team walk in the IPF. I've done that. It's kind of cool. A photo with Sparky, shoot the Gatling gun, the T-shirts that go out. How about that? Fans can do that and also start the Flames Quarter. And for more information on that, you can log on to libertyflames.com. Also call our ticket office at 434-592-5015. And information is out there on Memories on the Mountain. My favorite so far, I think, would be start of the Flames Quarter with the journey and Don't Stop Believing. And it's just a good time. So Memories on the Mountain, you can do all that. And log on to libertyflames.com. For more information on that. All right, moving right along with our show here tonight, presented by Freedom First Credit Union. We just talked to Eli August for the Flames defense, and now we'll shift gears and talk offense with Harrison Harry Hayes. Let's give it up for Harrison Hayes, senior offensive lineman out of Wexford, Pennsylvania. You would say Pittsburgh probably, right, Harry?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get the headset. There you go. All right.
Most people don't know Wexford.
Yeah. So how are things? You got some food tonight. What was on the menu for you?
Me and Eli got a pepperoni pizza and some meatballs. So.
Okay. I got the meatballs too.
Oh yeah. I
okay.
always take some meatballs. My mom makes the best, but they're pretty
shout
good.
out to Mom.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mom. I had you on a video a couple of weeks ago before practice started. You guys had done your jog with the chains up to the monogram.
just a good team bonding thing. And we've heard about the team bonding really since the bowl in the Bahamas was over with. You're a veteran leader of this team, Harry, and I'm sure the coaches inquire to the leaders on this team about, hey, what do we need that maybe we didn't have a year ago, but maybe you did have in 23 when you undefeated. What were some of those laundry list of things that seem to be checked off and corrected maybe from a year ago?
Well, in 2023, I know we have one of the most tight-knit teams that I've been a part of. So this year, kind of growing closer to each other. I think last year maybe there was some pull away from within the team. I think this year, guys have done a great job of getting together outside of football and really enjoying that. And when we're at practice, offense and defense aren't button heads, but we're working together to get better every day and having fun with that. So.
Who are your roommates again?
Hunter Porterfield and Jack Tucker.
Okay,
so
a couple of offensive linemen.
Right.
And again, that's not rare to have your roommates, your position, cohorts, if you will. But Coach Chadwell talked about Ethan Vasco and how Ethan can go to the defensive back room or the special teams and just kind of hang out with those guys. That's just one example. But what is it about this team? Because I think, the fans are going to see the stats, the scores, the touchdowns, but it's so much deeper than that, Harry. And for those that maybe don't have the opportunity to be in the brotherhood of a locker room, I don't care what sport it is, it's different than just being on the field. Where does this team stack up with that bond? And you haven't played a game yet, I know, but it just feels like it's special.
Yeah, right. Well, first off, I'm excited to watch Vasco play. I think he's a great person, but a great player too. Yeah. And he's one of those charismatic personalities where people are kind of drawn to him. I think that's important in a quarterback, that he has that kind of personality where guys want to rally around him. I think you need that in that position. So I'm excited to see how that plays out. But within the locker room, we have a lot of fun. This team, whether you're sitting, with someone in a completely different position room. So that's something they did this offseason was the locker room isn't separated by position, but it's just by player. So I'm sitting next to a defensive back, which I never had before. But it's cool because you get to know different people because, you're going to your meeting and you're sitting with the O-line in your meeting, So you don't get a chance to talk to everyone all the time. So it's kind of different in that sense. I think it's better to create a tighter-knit team for sure. Speaking
of the locker room, we talked a little bit about, during the spring and summer workouts, you guys had to operate out of the visiting locker room. Now, I don't know, Brian Green's take on it on some of the interviews I heard was, hey, it wasn't that bad. I'm like, but it's not your home locker room. What did this team learn about earning? We've heard Coach Chadwell talk about earning the right to play football and getting your locker room back. What was that process all about?
Right. I think when you're given a lot of things, that you can tend to become complacent. Yeah. So that earn mentality is something that we were harping on a lot this year, and earning the locker room back. We had to earn music back too in our workouts, which is kind of interesting. It was kind of cool too. But
working out without music, can't do it. It's hard to do. So what was maybe one of the first songs they played back when y'all got the sound system
we
back?
Switched up a lot. I like when they play like the rock songs. So they get me fired up.
Okay.
But that earning stuff back, that's not, you can't, you really have a better, we're more grateful for the things you have when you earn them. Yeah. And I think, an attitude of gratitude is one of the most important things in football because it's easy to get caught up in the mundane and kind of the day-to-day. And when you have that grateful attitude, it kind of keeps you fueled up and keeps you going every day and gives you a new perspective every day too.
So. Joined by senior offensive lineman Harrison Hayes. He'll play in his 34th ball game on Saturday as the Flames take on Maine. 4 o'clock kickoff in Lynchburg. Again, congratulations, Harry Hayes, a Liberty grad. He's got his degree, working on his MBA. And you told me back when we had that interview on the field, Harry, you had an older sister, Olivia, that went to Liberty. Was that your introduction to the school?
Yeah. When I was, I think I was around 14 years old in 2017, we came down for family weekend because she was a freshman at that point. And I think we were playing Duquesne. It was a rainy day at home. Yeah. And I just loved the atmosphere. There's something I couldn't explain about it. I just liked being here. I loved the campus. I thought it was beautiful with the mountains all around and everything. So.
And you mentioned back then one of your goals was to play college football and to do it at Liberty.
Yeah.
And it was one of your first few offers. And so you just locked it up as soon as Liberty offered, didn't you?
Yeah, I went home after that weekend. I wrote a little note card, a little prayer card that said I want to play at Liberty University.
Yeah.
I asked God to give me the attributes and what I needed to play here. And, yeah, they were my second offer, so that was a blessing for sure.
Well, how about this group here? You're a returning guy that's got starting experience. You're right in between Jack Tucker and Aaron Fenimore. And you can look at the depth chart here. Trey Badowski, a new guy from UAB, DJ Geth as well, and just some other guys in that room. It takes more than one.
Right.
So what has Bill Durkin done to develop this offensive line here this year?
Well, something important in the O-line room is to play 5 as 1. So it's a unit, and that's something that we, really focus on. So playing together, and that's why it's so important to hang out with each other, to get to know each other better. And I think trust is a real important thing. I think you have to trust the person next to you, especially in the O-line, because I know if I step to my gap, I know Jack's coming with me, and I got to trust that he's going to be there, or else, it's going to slow me down.
Right.
So I think trusting each other is really big, but I'm very excited to see some of these new faces on the field and see how they play, and it's going to be fun for sure.
I didn't ask Eli this. It's his final go-around. It's your final go-around. Opening day is now 48 hours away, a little bit less than that probably now. And I asked you during the summer, how do you make this final season, what's the result you want? You want to win a championship, but just soaking it in. Have you been able to do that even through the workouts, knowing that this is the swan song for you?
Yeah, no doubt. I think I'm a lot more grateful for every opportunity now that's, the end's coming up so close. And you talk to the guys who have left, and every time they say it went by so fast. Yeah. It was like a blink. And when you're in the middle of it, you don't think like that. But then now that I'm at the end, it's like I feel like I just got here, last year or so. So I've learned a lot and grown a lot through that. But yeah.
I've been on offensive lines before, either in high school, a little bit in college, to where, okay, it's 5 individual guys, but if you're not working in unison together, the play's going to break down. I don't care who the running back or the quarterback is. Take fans inside that kind of unspoken synchronization of offensive line. When it really works, even if Badowski's on the left side and you're on the right, but he did his job, and you see, the back of the jersey of your running back, that synergy, it takes all 5. Can you describe what that feeling is like?
It is hard to describe for sure, but it's like work's paying off. We do our drills every day together. We work double teams every day, and I think offensive line, out of any position in football, that's the most teamwork right there is offensive line, because no other position are you right, hip to hip with somebody on your side of the ball. So I think working together is the most vital thing for sure. But that feeling when you're, me and Aaron have a block together, and then I see Caden run up next to me, or Vaughn or Juju, it's exciting, and it keeps you going for sure.
We had Eli on. We had him kind of educate the fans here on particular things that he's going to do on Saturday. All right, your teams don't huddle much anymore. Do y'all even huddle at all, really?
Not really.
Okay. And so Aaron Fenimore's pointing out things. He's saying something. Are you saying something too? So help our fans when the offense comes to the line and just the communication. What's going to make them a better football fan on Saturday?
Right. So I think communication's huge in offensive line, because we all got to work together, right? But over communication can be a bad thing, because guys are miscommunicating, confused. So we kind of leave it up to Aaron. He's a great leader in there, and he's a man amongst young men. You know what I mean? Right. Yeah. He as a young guy, I've never seen someone so calm out there, and he always gets it right. And so I have a lot of trust in him and the guys next to me, and I try to communicate the best I can when I have to. But he does a great job at doing that and helping the boys out.
And how about when you come to the line? Depending upon if it's a 4-man front, 3-man front, you may have somebody in front of you. You may not. They may be shaded a little bit. What are your keys when you come to the line, knowing, okay, I know the play, but what are you looking for?
Well, when I kind of first started, it was really just get to the line and kind of see the guy in front of me, block the guy in front of me.
Yeah.
But as you get older, the game kind of slows down a little bit. So when I get to the front, I notice what the front is. So whether it's 4 down, 3 down, I think about who we're going to or who else we're blocking in the scheme, and then I look at their feet and kind of. If the linebacker might be coming, you can kind of tell by the way they're positioned or outside pressures like that. So you got to be ready for anything. You can't get caught up in you can't let them lull you to sleep and doing the same thing over and over, and then they send the blitz, and it can't catch you off guard. So you got to be ready for anything at all times.
Do you know anybody on the main team?
I do not. No.
Do you know anybody on the main team? Yeah, just curious. All right, final thought here. We talked about you being in grad school, getting your MBA. Post-football, what do you see down the road, Harrison?
No, I haven't thought that far ahead yet, no.
That's back to we're letting today kind of go by as slow as we can, Alan. I got it.
Yeah, well, in the spring I'm going to finish out my MBA, so I'm excited to do that. So I might move back home. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do yet, but whatever I do for my career, whether it's football or no, I love people, so something with being around people, getting my degree in business, so I think something in business and being able to help people, or I think I do good in sales too. It's my kind of what my dad did. So who knows? But I'm excited for sure for what the future has to hold.
Well, you and Eli, both great representatives of this university, of this football program. We appreciate you coming on. Stay healthy and have fun on Saturday.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Alan.
Senior offensive lineman Harrison Hayes wears number 55. So 14 for Eli, 55. Finally got that back after Brendan Schlittler retired and moved on. But we love Brendan Schlittler, great friend of the program and the radio network as well. So 55, Harrison Hayes on Saturday. All right, take one more timeout. Quick segment coming up with Coach Chadwell to wrap it up as we talk about the Maine Black Bears, Liberty's opponent on Saturday. This is Liberty Football from Van Wagner.
Turn up the heat. Foster Fuels is a proud partner of Liberty Athletics. Foster has been fostering warm moments for 100 years. Headquartered in Brookneal, Virginia, Foster has been providing exceptional propane and gas services since 1921. Stop by one of our 6 showroom locations across Central Virginia to view our wide range of products. From propane to fireplaces and grills to tank installs and tankless water heaters, Foster has it all. Download our app or visit fosterfuels.com for more info.
Lynchburg Nissan's model year-end sell-down is going on this August. Don't wait till the end of the year. The best values are now. Lynchburg Nissan has savings of up to $7,000 off MSRP. 0% up to 60 months on these tariff-free models. New cars starting at $18,850 and up to 130% off fair KBB for your trade. Come by now before this event ends. Inventory is limited. Call 434-477-5712 to schedule your appointment. Lynchburg Nissan, home of the million-mile warranty.
You're listening to the Liberty Flames Football Show, presented by Freedom First Credit Union on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Rogers Heating, Cooling, Electrical, and Plumbing. Your local HVAC experts. Online at callrogers.com.
The light from a star can take millions of years to reach Earth. So when you look at a star, you're looking back in time. But I see the future. I see exploration and courage. I see my country finding new horizons out there. And I see giant leaps making a comeback. I see myself. The future is where I'll make history.
This message is brought to you by the United States Space Force. More information is available at spaceforce.mil.
Thompson Brooks Insurance has been serving Virginia for over 35 years, helping individuals and businesses with their insurance and investment needs. The team at Thompson Brooks is experienced in understanding Medicare, retirement planning, life insurance, the healthcare marketplace, and group insurance benefits. Call Thompson Brooks Insurance at 434-385-8500. That's 434-385-8500, or visit them online at thompsonbrooksinsurance.com. Thompson Brooks Insurance, planning today for tomorrow.
Have you downloaded the Liberty Flames mobile app? If not, what are you waiting for? The Liberty Flames mobile app is your lifeline to Flames athletics. Get the latest news on your favorite teams, find upcoming schedules, buy and download tickets to the next game, listen to podcasts, and hear our online Liberty Flames Sports Network audio broadcasts.
Pass caught into the end zone. Light 'em up. Touchdown, Liberty.
It's all on the Liberty Flames mobile app. Download it for free from your mobile app store today. Welcome back to the Liberty Flames Football Show presented by Freedom First Credit Union on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner. Have a question or comment for one of our guests? Email lfsn@liberty.edu or post a message at LFSN Radio on X, formerly known as Twitter. Now, once again, here's the voice of the Flames, Alan York.
All right, wrapping things up here on this Thursday night as we talk Liberty football. Liberty and Maine kick off the season in Lynchburg on Saturday, 4 o'clock kickoff. We'll be on the air at 2:30 with our radio coverage and a lot of opportunities to get out and about on campus. And my favorite part before the kickoff is, number one, the band coming out there. And, Jamey, you saw the band kind of outside your window last couple of days preparing. Be out there early for the band. Dr. Larry Sipe does a great job with the band. Yeah, give them a round of applause. But the team walk outside of tailgating, the team walk is my favorite, and that's going to be spruced up like 80% this year with an MC, Robert Goodman. He could do it. He's that good on the microphone, but Robert does a great job with our fan experience, and they're talking about an MC, kind of helping the fans out and letting them know what's going on. And the team walk is my favorite, so get out to the indoor facility a couple hours before kickoff, and let's see the Flames and help them beat Maine. All right, Coach, a couple of thoughts here. We went heavy offense earlier. Just quick take on the defense. We'll go heavy defense next week as we recap the Maine game. And a lot of depth and seniority in that secondary for you. This is in numerical order. But just quick thought on the defense and then one take on Maine, and we'll get you out of here.
On this list right here, you've got, I think, like 32 guys listed, and I could see, 25 to 30 of those guys playing,
right.
And whether that's special teams, whether that's defense. I think we got a lot of guys from the talented guys that have a chance to contribute in some form or fashion, which is great. I think if you have some depth on any side of the ball, that gives you a chance to have a successful season because there's injuries and different things that happen. So I think we are our deepest we've been as far as at least having ones and twos that you roll in there that you feel good about that they can go in and still play at a high level. I think that we can run. I think we got a defense that's fast, and if you're fast, you can make up for some of your mistakes sometimes. So I'm excited about watching them, fly around. I think we got some good players at every level of the defense, some good experience at every level of defense. Mm-hmm. But also, if you look at this, we got a couple freshmen that are going to end up playing probably some. We got a Cam Cullens, a Sam Cohen freshman defensive line that have a chance to play. And so, that's exciting, that you see some young guys having a chance to get out there and step in.
Yeah, we'll go heavy defense next week, and we'll talk about Christian Bodner coming back for you after missing half of last year, and also your take on Damon Harmon, transfer from Oklahoma. Great story, and our TV crew's doing a package on him coming out here pretty soon. All right, Maine last year, 5-7. 3-5 in the CAA. That's the newly named Coastal Athletic Association. Used to be the Colonial, way a few years back. And 5-7 a year ago, they played 5 ranked teams, and they played at Oklahoma. They were battle tested last year, and their coach Jordan Stevens back for his 4th year. So despite not having 25 game film, do you sense, watching film on the last few years, kind of what they may do since collectively their staff is back in town?
Yeah, and I think that's a one benefit of at least they have a staff that's returning, and you can see how they've developed since he got there. And you mentioned last year they were 5-5 and had a chance for their first winning season there in a long time, and played 2 really good teams there at the end, including, you said, Oklahoma. Start over. So yeah. I thought they played really well. That's a tough league. The CAA there has traditionally been a really good league, one of the best in the country, and so they're not going to come in here and be we're at Liberty. They've played some really, really good teams in the past, and so they're going to be excited about the opportunity. And I think they've got some good returning players. Their quarterback's a good player. They've got a secondary that's really good, and so I think the challenge is, they lost some guys, and then they brought some in. You just don't know a lot about who they brought in, and so where do those people fit? Do they change up some things to fit the personnel a bit different than maybe what their schemes have been? Those are the things always in a first game you don't know, right?
Yeah.
And so I think that's our challenge there, but it's going to be a good battle because, I think anytime you go into these new games, you just don't know who people have anymore, and so the FBS, FCS, that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because I guarantee you, if you go down their roster and look where half of their players have been, they've probably all been at FBS.
Yep.
And so they got that experience. That used to not be the case. Now it is. And so to me, that's why I think you throw the FBS and FCS thing out because it doesn't matter.
And if there's one player you want back from a year ago, it's your quarterback.
That's right.
And that's what Maine does. And Carter Peavy threw for over 2,400 yards, 18 touchdowns, can run it a little bit as well. All right, Coach, appreciate the scouting report. We'll have another one tomorrow for the Flames Club luncheon at noon. We'll see you out there. And go Flames. And let's send us out with the Flames real quick.
Flames.
All right, Coach, appreciate the time. Back here next week as we recap Maine and look ahead to Jacksonville State, the Conference USA opener in 2 weeks. But first off, Maine and Liberty, 4 o'clock on Saturday. For the coach and for our players, Eli August, Harry Hayes, I'm Alan York, and our great crew here, Cody Whitman, Jamey Hall helping us out. Appreciate the time there, guys. And go Flames. We'll see you Saturday all day on campus. Spend all day there. We'll see you there and on the radio. This is Liberty Football from Van Wagner.
You've been listening to the Liberty Flames Football Show on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner. The Liberty Football Show is presented by Freedom First Credit Union. Start banking with Freedom First today. The Liberty Football Show was also brought to you by Bojangles' famous chicken and biscuits. It's Bo time. Carter Bank. Life lived full. Coca-Cola. Taste the feeling. By Foster Fuels, providing reliable service for 100 years. Lynchburg Nissan, nobody beats our prices, nobody. Rogers Heating and Cooling, servicing Greater Lynchburg's HVAC and electrical needs. Thompson Brooks Insurance, planning today for tomorrow. And by the United States Space Force. The Liberty Flames Football Show, presented by Freedom First Credit Union, has been an exclusive presentation of the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.